Hello, everyone. It is I, James the Squirrel.
Holy fuck, NXT Takeover Brooklyn 3 was so fucking good!
And so much for the intro we planned.
I ruined it.
Nicky, the ruiner of intros. Me, the ruiner of your leg as I kick it repeatedly.
My leg. Okay, so
It's funny because
you may continue with your intro.
Yes. Anyway, the reason you're getting this extra special video is basically Google Drive fucked up and didn't send the raw video file to Nicky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
So,
we were going to have a video about the our predictions, and I was gonna try and get it up on Saturday morning or so, but then I looked in the file and I was just like, it's not here.
and
Hmm.
by the time I woke up that Saturday morning, it was basically I joined right at the Oscar match, and I looked at Skype and I was like, actually no, it wasn't the Oscar match. It was just as the Oscar match was ending, so I saw the ending for that match.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, oh shit. And then I sent a few messages
Yeah.
back while watching Takeover. But anyway, since then I have watched all of Takeover. Note that the reactions you will, not the reactions, the predictions you will be seeing are from us basically going and picking these like a day or two before Takeover.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
gonna splice in the footage of our predictions, and you'll know when it happens because the screen will get all sepia-y, and
Yes.
that's how you can tell.
Yes.
All right,
So let me just bring up the wiki page because that's how
all right.
I
Well, I
keep
can go ahead and
notes.
tell you. All right, well, I can go ahead and call out the first match. The first match was Johnny Gargano versus Andrade Cien Almas. And let's go to the prediction. Who did we pick? I will be taking Almas.
Johnny Gargano wins via disqualification. Yeah, Andrade Cien almost, which he's still being called, which he shouldn't be called because it's far too long. I needed to bring that
Oh,
back.
get over it.
I needed to bring that back. It hadn't been. Wow, looking at these
Yes, and
times.
it was a welcome absence. It's just like, oh, yay, you finally got over the CN thing. Woo!
Nope.
It's not a big deal. It's
Uh,
super not a big deal.
anyway,
You are on a sinking ship here.
this match, this match.
Like there was no bad matches on this card.
I have
Let's
one
get that
thing
out
to
of the way
say
first.
though.
Mm-hmm.
Why the fuck is Johnny afraid of a t-shirt?
Because it reminds him of all the shit that went down. Yeah, you can say, hey,
Oh
I'm
yeah, like
over this,
I'm
and like,
fine. I'm fine with him getting distracted in the match, but after the match, he was visibly recoiling from the t-shirt.
yeah, that may have been a bit much, but
Like
it's still like, yeah,
what I would
being a
have had him. What I would have done if I was him is after the match, I would have picked that shirt up and I would have ripped it up.
that would have been that probably would have been uh the best outcome, but even still, like, it did the job well. Like, basically the end of the match,
Yeah, like this is me
Andrade getting
nitpicking. This is me trying to find faults on it, and I can't. And it's basically that T-shirt at the end of the match problem.
right, yeah. So Andrade, like, the match was back and forth like all throughout the match. Like, they
Mm.
tons of false finishes. Johnny kicked out of the double knees in the corner. um Andrade got out of the Gargano escape. Like, it was great. Great
By
shit.
all rights, Johnny should have won, but Johnny don't have a manager at ringside.
Yeah, that probably should have been the thing that was like, hey, this is going to be the swing factor. So
Mm.
Gargano's in the corner, and it looks like he's going to set up for his half of the Meltzer sandwich,
Yeah,
and he gets a T-shirt thrown into his face by Zelina Vega, and it's the old DIY baby
blue.
blue shirt.
Yeah, that one. Which good shirt, by the
Yeah,
way.
good shirt. Yeah, shame it's not relevant anymore.
Yeah.
So as soon as that happens, Andrade kicks him into the corner and sets up and hits the hammerlock DDT, which is a good move, but it takes way too long to set up.
Mm.
Like it feels like he's spinning around. It feels like he spun around Johnny for like 3 revolutions, and it's just like this is just dizzying.
Yes, like he could probably take a revolution out of that.
Mm-hmm.
If
Yeah,
you want it to be stylish, have 2. 3 is just too much.
yeah. Maybe 3 is embellishing it, but you get the idea.
Yeah, basically 1 less than it
So
actually is.
right. So but yeah, like great match. The false finishes were really something. Um,
So
like
so this is a
and but
okay. You go. You go.
I was just gonna say, like before the match, I was kind of curious to see exactly how big the reaction for Gargano would be, because it seemed like they were about to push him as like a big baby face, and like the crowd was so like, yes, Gargano, like that they were cheering him on big time. So I think this is gonna be good.
Yeah,
I do.
basically Gargano is gonna be like when spoilers Adam Cole gets his title, and all, which the NXT title is his title. It's just a matter of when he gets it. I think Johnny will be the first one to challenge him because by then Johnny will either be on main roster, not likely, or he'll be one of the main faces of NXT.
Right. I could definitely agree with that.
Hmm.
And I definitely think that the top of the roster is going to clear out just a little bit to make room for him, so he'll be in good hands.
Yeah, like basically what we all the way. Now's a good time to mention this. All the way through NXT, you take over Brooklyn free, which I think honestly they should have keep having SummerSlam at Brooklyn and keep having NXT at Brooklyn because it's NXT's pseudo WrestleMania.
Yeah, like the Brooklyn crowd always delivers.
Yeah, and I'm fine with them being at Brooklyn again next year because it's like the crowd's always good. It's in a major city, so people like me who are coming from international, they can do the wrestling stuff, but there's also a whole bunch of other stuff around that they can do.
Mm-hmm.
And
Exactly.
yeah, it's just there's a lot of stuff WWE can do for just because it's in New York.
Yeah. All
Now
right. So
the
next,
other thing,
mm,
the thing I actually meant because that got in a little bit of a tangent. The thing that they were
yeah,
like doing all the way through the takeover was hyping the fact that both general managers were there and they were looking to hire new stars. And one,
yes,
the 2 Aussies were poking at Daniel Bryan, which I found was what was funny.
yeah. That never did like the iconic duo have reached their stride. Like
Yeah,
they're doing good.
yeah. The other thing we see is we see, I believe, Shane McMahon.
Yeah, Shane was there, Kurt was there.
Oh wait, no, it
Um,
was Kurt that we see Roderick Strong talking to Kurt on the other opposite side,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then
There's a
later
couple other people there too.
On the Twitter, this is
Hmm.
really awesome.
You're about to spoil some stuff. Hang on. Let's just save that for later. Ah, fuck it, say it now.
Well, they've already seen the match. If you haven't watched
Yeah.
NXT by this point, what's wrong with you? Why are you watching us?
All right, come on, say it.
So we see a massively dejected Bobby Roode because he's just lost his title, and he's flipping out, yelling at someone to get his car, blah 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 blah. And then we see Roddy Strong there, and he says, "As what does he say again?
See you soon.
Yeah, see you soon," hinting at they are both going to be on the same brand, which I am totally happy for, and that's a built-in rivalry for both of them to just go into. from like day one of main roster.
I don't know if I want Roddy to go up just yet. I want I want Rude to go up, but I also kind of
Rude
want
is
Roddy.
ready to go up. Roddy,
Rude is going up.
yeah, Rude is
Yeah,
going up and
they're
he is
building.
ready to go up. Roddy, not so
Yeah,
much.
they're building a story for Roddy. Uh, I would like one more match at like
A
either
takeover.
the next few episodes of either at the next few episodes of NXT or at a takeover. Rude
Hmm.
and Roddy non-title, and like those two beat the piss out of each other, and Roddy goes over, just to kind of like cap off that story.
Well, I don't think it needs to be capped off at NXT because then you can leave it to who Bobby is doing well in main roster, then and establishes himself, and then his old enemy comes back.
Yeah, the problem though is that that's probably going to be like a year from now,
Well, from what
and
from what it's looking
this feud.
like, it's not.
Hmm,
From what it's looking like, it's not, which is annoying.
yeah,
Yeah. Um,
well, we'll see.
but the other news, there was other people there, yeah, and I don't remember off the top of my head, but a lot of people are saying through the dirt sheets and such that more likely than not, both champions, well, the former champion and such the NXT champions may be going up, all of them.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about
Yeah.
our next match, that being Sanity versus the Office of Pain.
Yes, yes. Another fantastic match. Like this was a freaking
Wait.
car crash of a match.
Wait.
What?
We need to do the transition to hear our
Oh yeah, yeah. Let's see
predictions.
who picked the
So I
winner.
got the authors, you got Sanity.
Yes, for very much similar reasons, I think, where we both agree
Yeah,
that
pretty much.
whoever wins this match, the other person is going to main roster.
And it was you. You win.
Yay!
You got this one.
I told you Sanity was going to win.
Yeah, but here's my problem with Sanity winning. And don't get me wrong, I like Sanity winning. I like the fact that they won clean, and I like the fact that Alexander Wolf and Eric Young are both champions in NXT now. That's great. Here's the problem. So are Sanity now just stuck with being a tag team?
No.
Because okay, theoretically, now Killian Dane would go after the men's title and Nikki Cross would go for the women's title, right?
Yeah. Of course.
Problem.
See, the team that won it was Sanity. So they could very easily say any two members of Sanity and he can defend the belt.
Okay, yeah, but only one of them's going to go for the women's title.
Yeah, which is
I
fine.
think. But here's the problem though. Like Asuka has already killed Nikki Cross. They had a last man standing match. It was brutal.
Who says Asuka's going to be champion by next Takeover?
Okay, I will. At this point, I will believe Asuka not having the women's title when I see it. And as for the other side, yeah, like they could do the thing where like anyone in the team can challenge for any title, but Killian Dane is like he's being built as like the strongest member of the team, like and Drew McIntyre, the new champ, already beat him. So it's kind of a thing where it's like in a perfect world, those two matches haven't happened yet, and these guys can now contend for the titles and have that big moment where
Quick
everyone holds the
question.
gold in NXT.
Quick question.
Mhm.
Was the Killian Dane Drew McIntyre match 1-on-1 with no people around ringside? I think it was.
Yes.
Yeah, that
Yes.
is the factor. That is the determining factor that makes Killian Dane a threat. Having Wolf, Young, and Cross all around ringside at the same as well as fighting Drew. I think that would be enough to make it go from being a like this isn't going to happen to this could happen.
Maybe, but it just feels like that ship has already sailed.
There is
But-
ways of Sanity having all three belts.
Yeah.
Mm.
But either way, so yeah, this match was great. By the way, fun fact: with Alexander Wolf winning the NXT Tag Team titles, he is now the first German to hold a gold in NXT or in all of WWE ever. Yeah.
I'll tell you the one thing I'm going to bring up one thing I loved, and this is before the bell even rung. One thing I loved and one thing I hated from this match. The first thing I hated was, god damn, the Authors of Pain ring entrance gear looks shit.
Ah.
Teenage Mutant Shitty Turtles.
Mm. I don't mind it.
The
It's
masks
fine.
look shit.
They look worry.
No, they look shit. I will not back down on this. They look shit. If
Well,
they looked like, if they weren't just straight up shit brown with a bit of green, if it was like urban camo, like the oranges and the reds and the whites and such, or if it looked like what you perceive as proper camo kind of look, I'd be all for it if they were in like full camo gear and they didn't have bright neon red eyes. If it was like looked like proper army gear and such, I'd be all for it. But it looks like a green turtle head.
yeah.
But anyway,
this is so I don't give a shit.
well, I'm sorry, I'm the Steve of this.
Yeah.
I
I'm
care
the
about
one
how
who
they
likes
look.
things. Yeah, and I just like things that are fun and awesome.
Now,
and this match is fun and awesome.
Now, speaking of which, I will admit, having Eric Young be the person who takes the tag instead of Killian Dane was amazing.
That was clever. That was very clever. Like that Nigel Mc. Oh, by the way, Corey Graves was guest commentator.
Yes,
That's
which, like, when I was rewatching this, I was like, I got goosebumps, like, maybe twice during this show. This was one of those times because I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, so they've really built up the fact that Eric Young was a mastermind and had all these great plans to like bamboozle the authors, and like it worked. They got the authors off their off their game quite often, and like the Eric Young tagging was very strong.
There is another thing
about
that I think we're both about to talk about the same thing. But what about that smoking, that the Chekhov's gun of the table setup that Eric Young did, like, right before the bell went?
Yeah, that was good. And the bump that came from it, holy shit!
Nicky Cross deserves a women's title shot solely for that bump.
Yeah, so she goes up to the top turnbuckle. Everybody just got done doing that Lucha Underground thing where everybody does a suicide dive.
Well, it's not even that. Before she goes on the top rope, it looks like she's about to lay out Paul Ellering. And I would have been totally for that. Like, she drops Ellering, and the ref's tending after Ellering because Ellering is an old man, and then she does the dive. Like, without laying out Paul Ellering, it was still mwah. I'm just going like dream.
Yeah. So she goes up to the top and she dives, or she tries to do a crossbody. Akam catches her, and you just see Killian in the background like freaking out, and he just charges at him like a fucking rhino and just spears him through the table, or no, crossbodies him through the table and just sandwiches Nicky Cross.
But by the way, tell you what I love about that. Tell you what you put, like, I want someone to gift that, but then as as Killian Dane's running up, you hear just a freight train whistle. No.
Yeah. By the way, it makes it even better that those two are dating.
Oh, that makes my heart go out to them. Those two are a lovely couple.
Yes,
A
it's
man that's
beautiful.
like 3 times her size and weight.
Yeah, like to be fair, the clues were everywhere because it's like every time that you see Killian in the ring and Nikki's there, she just has the biggest grin and she's like giddy and jumping and just like, this is true love.
Yeah, I am
Yeah, so
genuinely happy for both of them, and I hope it works out for them.
yeah. So yeah, so that spot killed both Killian, Akam, and Nikki. So it was just Wolf and Young versus Razor at that point.
You
I could
know
be having my
what?
authors mixed up. I don't know.
You know
hmm
what? And this is like
Yes.
this is a testament to how good NXT Takeover was. This is
hmm
probably the worst match of the card.
You might be right, but even still, it was like
Yeah,
a three
it's
and a quarter star match.
yeah, it is the worst match of probably one of the best WWE air quotes pay-per-views of the year.
Actually, you know what? No, I would say that the worst match would probably be the main event. Yeah, if only because of that one really bad spot.
Okay, we'll have to talk about that when we get to the main event. But
Yeah,
this match
yeah,
for me just seemed like it was a really good a really good tag team match that had a great start, a meh middle, and a great ending.
yeah. For me, the order would be the women's title, goddamn, uh,
Alistair Black.
Gargano, no, Gargano Almas,
Eh,
then Alistair Hideo, then the tag titles, then the main title.
For me, it's completely different. It's Asuka Ember Moon, Alistair Black,
Yeah,
Hideo
we agree on
Itami. Yeah, we agree that that match was the best. Best.
that. Uh-huh.
For me, it goes like Alistair Black, Hideo Itami second. Third is Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Roode because I'm counting the whole thing that happened afterwards.
Okay, that's fair, I guess.
Yeah,
I wasn't counting that.
I was. And the Sanity offers a pain, and then actually no, see it's hard
Wait,
because
you're putting Gargano Almas as the worst match?
I don't know.
That
Like
was a fucking barn burner.
those two are both, but both of them were really good. Good. It's just I feel like the ending of the match, which we have to talk about now, with basically them confirming Redragon is a thing, which
Okay, yeah. So the finish of the match was it was down to just Wolf and Young, the two legal men versus or the two legal team members versus Razor, and yeah, they get him up for that assisted neck breaker, and Wolf got the pin. Like he pinned the Razor clean. They got a clean pin.
yeah, it's like
They got a clean pin.
it's not even that like you could say that they won dirty because of what Nikki Cross had done, and
No,
like
like
no, I'm saying
that was all. That was all with like non-legal people taking each other out. That like that's as clean as you can
no
get, pretty
no
much.
no what I'm getting at is Killian Dane and Nikki Cross weren't technically in the match, and they took out some and they attacked someone who was in the match. And the only reason they got away with that was because Paul Ellering was distracting the ref, going, "Hey, what the what about Nikki Cross?" And it happened just so quickly that the referee didn't see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like that's
Either
me
way.
stretching the fact that like if you really
That's
want to
like-
look at it that way,
That's like a 90% clean win.
yeah, it's as clean as you were probably going to get with the Offers of Pain.
Yes, exactly. So then, yeah, like you said, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly came in, beat up everyone, Sanity and the authors,
Hit
and
hit
like it
chasing
was,
the dragon. Hit that lovely what was it? It was like I think it was a super kick.
no, Adam Cole had the super kick, I think.
Yeah.
Like I can't remember, but like they laid out everyone,
Mm.
and they look like they're going to be the next big threats for the tag titles.
Yeah, they
I don't think they ever actually called them Red Dragon.
no, they didn't, but they did state that they'd been a tag team together and that they were a like multi-time tag team champions in Ring of Honor and New Japan.
Correct.
Whether they go with
Actually, that,
because like Ring of Honor doesn't really copyright like names and such, I think they can get away with being Red Dragon. Similar to with what's going on with Samoa Joe, Adam Cole, so on and so forth.
yeah. Um, Yeah, so yeah, they laid them out, and they're probably going to be the next big contenders for the tag titles.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Totally.
cool.
Now,
Like they have nothing but heel teams in NXT. It's basically like the top three teams in NXT are Sanity, Authors, and Red Dragon.
mm, but I think the Aussie duo TM61, yeah, 61,
Mhm.
and I believe they're coming back soon.
And I've heard rumors they might be going heel. So yeah, I've heard rumors that they might be wanting to start their own LIJ
Mm-hmm.
with Almas, Itami, and a heel TM61. All of whom are heels who are pissed off at NXT in one way or another with how they've basically bungled them, like with Andrade's terrible introduction and Hideo and TM61's injury bugs.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I could get
yeah,
behind that if it like. See, the one problem is,
they're giving us like Atom Club, baby.
see, there is one problem with the Allied like that group of people. They
Hmm.
need a they need a Naito. They need a leader.
Wasn't Andrade like the leader of LIJ when he was still there?
I don't think so. No, I will check the
Or at
Wikipedia's and
least
such.
at least the version in Mexico.
Actually, why am I going to there when I can just click on they almost
Yeah,
CMML.
La Sombra. By the way, you ever notice that like in Andrade's theme, somebody does say La Sombra?
Hmm.
That's interesting.
Oh yeah, he was from 2014 to 2015.
Yeah, see, like he could lead an LIA. Yeah, LIA. Like just
I'm just checking to see if he was the leader.
yeah, like and if even if not, like him and Selena like together could basically just run the ship.
Yeah, I'm. What I'm getting at is they could add one more person
Hmm.
and totally like someone who could be a leader of that group.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna quickly have a look at the NXT. Like you can get
You know who else you could throw into that group? You know who else you could throw into that group that could be a little bit upset with how they've kind of bungled their intro and like maybe they aren't as like well received as they might have hoped?
go
Ember
on.
Moon.
Hmm. Uh, no, she's been received well. It's just she hasn't been winning matches when it's counted.
The only matches she's lost are to Asuka.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at. Like the only like I'm saying she wouldn't really work for it because the only matches she's lost has been against Asuka for titles.
Yeah, but she could do a thing where it's like, oh, I'm pissed off that these idiots in creative have basically saddled or haven't been willing to decide whether or not I'm a vampire or whatever. That might be breaking kayfabe a little
That
too
that
hard.
that
I don't
is
know.
that's breaking kayfabe a bit too much. Like I'm all
Yeah.
for her breaking
Anyway,
kayfabe and such, but
yeah, it's a bit much. Okay,
yeah,
so next match we had, I believe it was Hideo versus Alistair.
stiff as fuck, stiff as fuck.
Predictions were Alistair's going to get tested pretty hard in this one, but in the end, Alistair is eternal.
Black Mass 1, 2, 3. Yeah,
Yeah, we both got this one.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
this
We
was
did.
the lock of the night.
This was
There was
like,
no. Mm-hmm.
yeah, this was probably the easiest match to pick because it was like Hideo, in all honest opinion,
Hideo,
didn't deserve to beat Alistair Black.
yeah, yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, Hideo's great. Like, he showed in this match, the dude's a warrior, but he's just not the guy to break the undefeated streak of Alistair Black. It's just not him. Like,
You
I
could
would say,
say that he's not on a certain level with a certain person.
yes, he's not on the Alistair level.
Yeah, I like that.
It just doesn't have the same ring as the Neville level.
I know, I love
It's
that.
just so good.
I know, I love that term. I would have just like, if I was in booking, I would have just said, we need to keep it on Neville for ages, just so he can keep doing the Neville level thing, because it works.
By the way, they showed Neville in the crowd.
Mm.
Like, and like
They
he
showed a lot of
basically,
former NXT guys.
yeah, that was one of the things with this pay-per-view. They were hyping up like a homecoming of like a bunch of NXT stars. Like there was the Becky, Sasha, and
The free,
Becky, Sasha, and Bailey in
yeah.
the crowd.
It probably would have
I
been
saw Shinsuke.
Charlotte probably would have been there as well if it wasn't for her father.
Yeah, yeah. Which, by the way, he woke up.
Yay!
Yay!
Let's
So
just hope he
yeah,
keeps living. Yeah.
that'd be nice. They also had Shinsuke in the crowd. Kalisto was there.
Which was the oddest
Baron Corbin
couple.
was, yeah. Hey, like
Huh,
they're like they had Shinsuke doing the lucha thing. So
yeah.
that's basically the most that Kalisto's been put over in like a year.
Yeah, I know. Poor Callisto.
What else was there? Baron Corbin was actually talking on the pre-show, which I did not like.
Yeah.
Like basically when I turned on the show, it was like 6 minutes left. I still had some moving to do, so like I turned it on so that it was ready whenever I came in.
Background noise.
And right, and I saw Baron Corbin in there talking about like the NXT brand, and I was just like, why the fuck do you care about the NXT brand?
You didn't
You know what
care
Baron
when you were
Corbin's-
in. You didn't care
Yeah.
when you were in NXT that you were in NXT. So why are you caring now when you're not in NXT?
You know what Baron Corbin should care about? Baron Corbin and pretty much nothing else.
He should have come on
Especially
there
now.
and said, "Why the fuck am I here? I'm a main roster talent. I don't need to be here," and then just walked off.
I don't need to hang out with all these like indie small nerds.
Yes. Okay, I just had the idea for a great tag, like, three-man team. Baron Corbin with the club.
Dude, I get into that.
Like, Baron Corbin
Anyway.
and then one other guy, and, like, that one other guy is the leader. Like, yeah.
We're getting too big. Like
No, just
his
four
whole thing
people,
is-
because
his whole
then...
thing is like the lone. His whole thing is the lone wolf.
Yeah, but it's not working out for him.
Yeah. We'll see this Sunday at.
Yeah.
So, Hideo versus Alistair. Fucking stiff.
Yeah, stiff. The blood nose that Alistair got is testament to the fact that it was stiff.
Yeah, yeah. I get the feeling that, or the strong feeling that Alistair was super into it. He was just like, all right, now we're having some fun here, folks.
Yeah.
But did Alistair ever kick out of a GTS?
Yes, I believe he did. Because I vividly remember Hideo Itami hitting it.
Yeah, like that was the I think that I think that was something we actually asked ourselves during the predictions if he would do that.
I think
But
I
yeah.
said he'll hit it, but Alistair won't
Mhm.
he won't get the pin for some reason, whether it be like rope break, like that
Yeah.
way the GTS is still somewhat protected.
Nope, they
But
just ended protecting it like
yeah.
yeah. But yeah, the finish, like a black mass out of nowhere, and then Deo's down, 1, 2, 3. That's it. Kind of how he expected the match to go, but that doesn't mean that this wasn't any less fun.
Yeah, it was a great match, but it was predictable.
Sure.
Yeah.
But it's like Edge said, predictability isn't always a bad thing.
No, you need some matches need to be predictable so that way like like
So
that
that way the
way
unpredictability doesn't
common
become predictable.
yeah, that and also so that way logic can still make logic is still in play. Because logic dictates Aleister Black beats the hell out of Hideo Itami.
Correct.
So,
Yes.
with logic, the next
match.
logical place to go is Asuka versus Ember Moon. Okay, who's winning?
Who's not? Asuka.
It's not just that she's not at the Asuka level. Now,
Yes.
I have one issue with how WWE has booked this match afterwards.
You're wrong, but go ahead.
So, WWE have put up a poll of should Ember Moon get another title shot?
Mm-hmm.
The two options are no, she's had enough shots, which is the correct answer, by the way. And then the other one is no, Asuka can't beat her without cheating. She made her submit!
Yeah, but she also did the thing with the ref again.
So?
And she also tried to use the tights.
Yes, and the ref called her on it, and it didn't work.
Well, yeah, to be fair, they really didn't build up the whole, like, Asuka's kind of, like, taking shortcuts around Ember that much, because all the times that she did try to, like,
Cheat.
all the times that she did try to cheat, it didn't work.
It either didn't.
And she ended up just beating her normal.
Like, the positioning of the ref thing, that is a heel thing to do, but it isn't cheating.
Technically, no, but it's also, like,
It's
also something that she doesn't do with anyone else. Personally, I would say if they want to do Asuka Ember 3, where Ember finally does pull off the win, at this point, I'm not going to say no, because Ember's two best matches on NXT have been against Asuka. Asuka's second and third best matches have been against Ember Moon. These two have hella chemistry together, and if they've got a story going to where Ember Moon is finally the one to topple Asuka, then you know what? Okay, I'll check this out.
I still stand by the fact that Ember Moon shouldn't win it from her, and Asuka should do what Alundra Blaze did to a title and drop that thing. Not drop it in. Not drop it in the trash. I'm saying she goes to main roster and has to relinquish it.
Okay, so you mean Paige?
Yeah, I'm basically saying do a Paige because like that makes sense for Asuka because Asuka like from what she was like from the start of the thing up until very recently, she was all about competition. She was all about taking on whoever she could. She's beaten everyone in NXT.
Yeah. Like there's kind of an up and coming bunch of like NXT women coming up, like Sonya Deville, like people like that. But
Kairi Hojo
uh,
or Kairi Sane.
yeah, well, I was just saying like that have already appeared.
Yeah,
Like,
that have already appeared. There's a few, but they are not on her
and there's
level.
a few from and there's a few from the Mae Young Classic, like Kairi Hojo, like Candice LeRae, like Shayna Baszler,
Oh,
who
by
are like
the by the way,
Mhm.
while we're talking about that, tonight, as of recording, which is SummerSlam night, we will be getting the brackets for the Mae Young Classic.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to do a thing about that.
Yeah,
about
we're
that.
totally going to do a bracket like, hey, this is who we think who's gonna win and who's gonna go far and such. Anyway,
Yeah, we'll record something for that. Like the thing starts like next Monday, right?
28th. So
Yeah, that's next Monday.
next Monday.
Yeah, we'll do a thing for that.
I think it's either
So,
28th or 26th. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Okay. So, the match, like, it was an absolute great match.
Great
It was
match.
fantastic.
Match of the night,
Ember-
easily.
Yeah, Meltzer went on record as saying that this was one of the 3 or 4 best WWE women's matches of all time.
Which
Like right up there with the Bayley Sasha match.
I have a feeling it's going to get 5 stars.
No, not gonna get 5 stars. It's gonna get close. It's gonna get like 4.5. It's gonna do the same thing that it's gonna get the same rating that Sasha versus Bayley got, which I think was 4.5, and that's more than fair.
I could see it getting 5, but I would also be fine with that as well.
Yeah, but so yeah. Oh, well, there was something else on Twitter that I saw that was kind of funny. Vinny Massaro, who is jobber in Lucha Underground, I think in a few other places, he said that NXT has basically become PWG with air conditioning.
That is true. Like, if you look at the
It's a
roster...
very apt thing. It's a very apt statement.
Like, I have been stating that for, like, the past how many months now that, like, WWE has turned into PWG.
Yeah, but I just like the way that Vinny Massaro put it. Like, I can't believe PWG doesn't have air conditioning. That's just ridiculous.
They just do it in the one place every time.
Put in some fucking air conditioning.
Move to a new location.
California. No, don't do that. It's Reseda, California. It'd be like moving out of the ECW arena.
No,
I'm
saying
some goddamn air conditioning.
I'm saying still in that location, just in that place, just new arena, because you pack the place every time and it's nigh impossible to get tickets.
Yeah, that's how you make demand.
That's how you turn PWG into a we're only in this one place because we're indie. To we only do. DVD. I don't want to buy their DVD. I can't buy their DVD.
Fine. Yes, you can. Oh, we forgot to mention with the Hideo versus Alistair match. Good old JR was on commentary.
Oh yes, which was the second thing that sent chills down my spine because. That once that drum line starts playing and the horns hit, it's like it may or may not take me back to my childhood.
Football.
No, not football.
Boomer Sooner.
Yeah, and I know, but I first heard it.
Yeah.
In wrestling.
Honestly, like I heard it first through through college, or that theme first through college football, because that's the thing that the band plays every time OU scores a touchdown.
Yeah, I know that because I played What's that one football thing?
NCAA football,
Yeah,
blah
that.
blah blah.
Yeah. I may or may not have bought that. It is good game.
Oh yeah.
It was fun game.
Well, it was like the Madden thing. They made a new one every year.
And in the more recent NBA games, they've also showed up there.
Hmm.
In the career mode, you can play for the Oakland basketball state basketball team. That's kind of like your
Oakland?
basketball team, yeah.
Oh yeah, the Nets. Yeah,
Yeah.
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 It's an NBA team.
Well, anyway,
Yeah. So yeah, Asuka or Ember hit the Eclipse, and Asuka sold it like a gunshot, but she still only got a 2 from it. Like she uh ate a super kick right after that, and that got a 2. Like it was really high drama near the end because it was just like, oh shit, they're building this up for like Ember to finally get the win. If she gets another like eclipse, this is Dunyan rings.
but
And
by the
like,
way, wasn't
mhm.
when she hit the eclipse when Asuka was trying to position the ref between in the two of them?
No, that was the second time she went for the eclipse.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, she went for 2 of them. The second one did not work, and she basically just like the like she went up again, got or she got the ref in the way, hit a crossbody, a roll through, kick out, and then I think then was the super kick. Could be wrong on
Mm.
that,
Anyway,
but yes. So she hits the Oscar lock, and she has to end or Ember has to end up tapping out.
which in my opinion sums up the fact that that is the reason why she shouldn't get another title shot.
Maybe, but uh, they can justify it however they want. For me, if they do
Yeah,
one more of these matches, fucking bully.
I am not going to say no to another match with those two, but the logic in me says because she legit tapped out, and there wasn't like
Yeah.
like any shenanigans with the tapping out and such,
hmm
she's given up her spot as number one contender by that.
Here's my counter to that. Who is the next number 1 contender? And you can't say the winner of the Mae Young Classic because the winner of the Mae Young Classic hasn't been decided yet.
I I still stand by the fact that I think
That's not an answer.
let me finish.
hmm
The Mae Young Classic will be finished before the next takeover. Yes?
Uh, the finals are September 12th, so yeah.
Yeah. So my opinion is that what will happen is between now and the finals of the Mae Young Classic,
hmm
either Asuka will have dropped the belt and gone full time main roster, or Asuka has said that I need new competition and says whoever wins the Mae Young Classic gets that title shot because I don't see a title match between now and then because there's not going to be one next week. Eek,
hmm
eek, eek. Mae Young Classic starts. That's the week after. So they could totally just wait on that. Like it's not a thing where they can't just wait for the Mae Young Classic to be over to have the winner of that get a title shot.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
and
So,
the people we see, like me and you, believe could win it, we could
mhm,
totally see going for a title shot.
right. Okay, we need to get on with this because I think we've been at this for over an hour.
Well, once we edit it down, it won't be.
So, last match. Uh, prediction? McIntyre's winning this title, Annie.
Yeah,
Yeah, we both picked Drew McIntyre, and we got this one right.
yeah.
Yeah.
As we
So,
mentioned,
I think
But-
this means that we ended up tying because like you got Sanity and I got Andrade.
Yeah. We ended up
And everything
tying,
else
which is
we picked the same.
like I'm fine with us tying considering there was only 5 matches. And
Yeah,
like
that's fine. So
only 2 of these matches were kind of up in the air to a certain extent.
yeah.
The others were kind of semi-predictable.
So you wanted to talk about why I didn't think that this was the best match on the card?
Go on.
That fucking suicide dive that Drew did.
Drew is not known for them. That is a fair point.
And should not be known for them.
Like I would be
Like-
fine if it was like a like I'd be fine if he was doing it and there's a bunch of guys outside the ring. Like
Yes. Like when Roman does the suicide dive, like he usually does it to either a bunch of people or Braun Strowman.
like
you-
with
you-
him
you d-
with him what
yeah,
he
he's doing
should
this to
do
a guy who's smaller than him.
Yeah, what he should do, he should only
Yeah.
pull that out if it's like you said, if it's the LIJ-esque group, or it's Sanity, or it's the Ring of Honor group.
Yeah. Like, don't do that to one guy who you're bigger than, okay? Because Bobby looked like he was going to try and catch him, and then he like basically bounced off of him and like took away 1% of the momentum that he had going, and then fucking
Back bumped into the
Drew
ground.
Drew just ate shit. Like he like slammed back first onto the mat outside, and it just
Yeah.
looked like it fucking sucked.
Oh, it probably did.
It looked comparable. It looked comparable to the thing that happened with Trent Beretta.
Yeah.
You
So
know the one.
yes, I do. So 1,
Splat.
yes. 2, there's an old saying, and I believe it's Fit Finley who said this, is just roll out of the ring and punch him in the face.
That sounds like a Fit Finley thing to say.
When you are bigger than a guy, and you're most likely stronger than a guy, drop down, roll out the ring, stand up, walk up to them, slog them in the face.
Yeah, and that would have been a really good like way to do it, because it he looks like
He
the
goes
dive
for the
and
suicide dive, just slides under, wham, drops him.
easy enough.
Yeah, like it was one of the things I had that I felt was wrong with it, and like me and you both agreed that this is like second or third on the card in my opinion.
Yeah.
I could very easily.
It wasn't a bad match. It was a very fun match. Drew went over. He got the win with the Claymore. So
I love how he set up for the Claymore, where he just went, fuck you, headbutt.
Drew McIntyre is a man you don't want to fuck with.
Yes, he is, like, that's the thing. I could totally see them doing, like, in one of the old WWE SmackDown vs. Raw games, they had the United Kingdom, which was an amazing faction, and they should have brought it into the main roster. Which was, I believe, like, Fit Finley, Sheamus, like, a guy from Scotland.
No. It was Sheamus who won every fucking title. William Regal, McIntyre, and there was someone else, but it wasn't Finley, because this was like after Finley had already retired, I think.
Let me check. WWE.
Sheamus, Regal, McIntyre. Couldn't have been Barrett. I think that was before Barrett.
2000.
Yeah, it's Barrett. It's Barrett. I found some other pictures.
Yeah. And it was the villain story
The villain.
Basically, it's like villain story, which was Sheamus, outsider story Triple H, hero story, which is your creator wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, there it is. That's bad.
Yeah. So yeah, like I would love to see them do something like that. Like hell, you have British strong style on your roster. You could just add one person.
They kind of did do something like that. It was called the League of Nations.
Yeah, but that wasn't that was a stupid thing when you could just call it, instead of the League of Nations, the United Nations.
Yeah. Putting Alberto in there just fucked up everything.
Yeah, like
Because it's like, okay, Rusev, fine, he's European, it's close enough. Like, but now you had the Mexican guy, and it's just like,
what would have been
what the heck?
like yeah, there's many problems with
Why
that.
are we talking about this? We're talking about NXT.
You're the one who went on the League of Nations. I went on the whole thing of UK because of because of Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, but like we're getting so far off course. It's just
Anyway,
like,
back to the match. The match was lovely. The match was great. I mean, Bobby Roode
Yeah,
probably has one of the best DDTs in the business.
Oh, sure, definitely. I can agree with that. And then after the match, Redragon dragoned again
Yes, they came
and
out
got on the
again.
ring apron. Yep, they came out. Drew went to go attack them, I guess, and then Adam Cole, bye bye, came out and beat the tar out of him and super kick partied the shit out of him.
Yep. Well,
And
it wasn't really a
they
super
are
kick party. It
all-
was
they
just
are.
one super kick.
I know, but I like saying super kick party even if it's just one super kick.
Hmm.
But yeah, and they're still calling him Adam Cole.
Yes.
Which, okay, if you wanted people to think that he's related to Michael Cole, go for it.
I did say Adam Cole would be his name, and he would come out as Adam Cole, baby.
Yeah, I just don't know if it's a great idea.
I think he got away with
But
Adam
yeah,
Cole because that is not the name I would have thought his actual name was. Huh.
what's his actual name?
Austin Jenkins. Once he gets to an old age, he needs to be known as Old Man Jenkins.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody will call him that at some point. But yeah, like so yeah, the show closed with uh with Cole and to Dragon again, like on the ring steps, like Adam Cole, bye bye.
Well, no,
Oh, wait, was that after?
that was
Yeah, that was
after
after
the
it went off air.
yeah. Basically, the last scenes was Red Dragon and Adam Cole standing over over Drew McIntyre, and then them just like starting to leave, and that's like they should have just stayed on him until the Adam Cole baby part, because there is a reason why they put that up on Twitter.
Yeah, because like, show he is goddamn over already.
Like that pop he got was massive. Go on Twitter, look up Adam Cole, look at the videos section, and listen to the part where he does the Adam Cole baby part, because that is one of the loudest pops I've heard.
Yeah. All right. So that's about it.
Yeah.
We may be heading towards some like a faction type warfare.
Which I'm
coming
all
soon
for,
to
because
NXT.
I'm a New Japan fan. I'm fine with faction wars.
Yeah. I wonder where they got the idea from.
Yes. We also might be talking about, if you're up for it, once we know who's going, like, once we know, hey, this person debuted on Raw, we may talk about, hey, this is like some of the matches we'd like to see them do, and this is where we see them going. Because I think we should do that, because we'll be talking a lot about people when they're in NXT, but once they leave NXT, I would like to say, hey, this is where I think they'll go. And those might be just like we might just do them on an individual basis.
Maybe we also have a lot of videos to do. We've got to do the thing about the Mae Young Classic.
Yes.
We got next week's NXT to do.
Well, we don't know
we got
when
a
they're
lot.
going to be debuting. I'm just floating that idea
Yeah.
out. Anyway, we will see
So-
you later this week, most likely, with the Mae Young Classic stuff, which will most likely replace this week's NXT.
Yeah, if nothing big happens, then yeah. If not, then show I can do 2 videos, I guess. Bye.
Bye.